Everyone needs coffee on a school morning. Just kidding, my mom never let me drink coffee. Hello, welcome back. I know it's a little late for this video. I know a lot of you have already gone back to school, but I thought I'd do a back to school look anyways. I know I'm late on it, but I was always late when it came to school. So here we are. By the way, I just got this shirt and I love it. It is by far my new favorite shirt. It's just gray, but the splatters are like a silver. I just love it because I can be casual and frumpy in my big t-shirt, but it's still kind of like cute and girly and blingy. I like it. So just like most mornings in high school, I woke up with not the freshest of hair. And so I'm just gonna whip this out. This is Batiste dry shampoo. The tropical is my favorite scent. They have so many different kinds of scents. And they actually also have a brunette version of this, so the spray is actually brown instead of white. It's a drugstore shampoo. It's also cruelty-free and I believe vegan. It is vegan. It's so good, especially for the price point. It's so cheap. It's around $7, I believe. And it doesn't leave that white cast in your hair. I do like spurts. You know, I don't do like an aerosol can and get it with a continuous spray. Just brush it with my fingers at first. I will go in with a brush. It gives your hair just like an instant volume boost too. That's why I also like it. It makes it texturized and easier to work with. It smells so good. So the first things I do in the morning is brush my teeth, wash my face, and then moisturize. That was the only consistent makeup step I did in high school, which is not really makeup, it's just skincare. But the moisturizer I used usually always had an SPF in it, so the one I always used in high school was Simple Protecting. This has SPF 15 in it. I love Simple products, especially their micellar water. It cleanses your face so good and so fast. It's really incredible. I actually had eczema my junior year of high school pretty bad around my nose. It looked crusty and nasty, and the only thing that really helped it was Simple Nourishing Moisturizer, and it came in this tub, but they don't sell it anymore. I'm not sure why. Well, I think it's Rejuvenating Moisturizer. That one I use at night. So I used this one a lot in high school, but recently I've actually been using Cetaphil Pro Derma Control, and it controls your oils. It's an oil absorbing moisturizer, and this has SPF 30 in it. So double the amount of SPF which I need with my white self. And this brand is also cruelty free. My skin is so dang picky with moisturizers. This hasn't been breaking me out, even though I know it looks like it, but it's not. It's because of my cycle. So into the makeup look. In high school, I started wearing foundation second semester of freshman year, or that's when I got it. My mom got it for me as a Christmas gift. She got me some sort of Clinique foundation. I no longer have it. So I'm gonna go with my new favorite foundation, and that's the Too Faced Do You foundation. This foundation, let me tell you, has grown on me. Well, I'm kind of taking my time right now, but I always had like tops 15 minutes to get ready, so I would be busting my booty out that door. Also, I didn't use a primer because what was primer? I didn't know. Even though this foundation has grown on me, I've actually noticed that it's still too yellow for my skin tone, and it's supposedly the rosy toned shade. I explained this all in the review of this foundation. If you want to go check it out, I will link it or put it in a card up here or down below if you are interested in watching it. And concealer. This is a Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in the shade Fair. I'm just gonna dot this because it is so full coverage. I'm actually gonna use this angled eye brush to blend in my concealer. I've been liking this because it keeps a full coverage, especially around my eyes right here that are very, very dark and purple. Using a brush like this is amazing for spot concealing. It's changed the game, people, let me tell you. So although I did have foundation and I did wear it in high school, I did not wear it every day. I wore it probably realistically twice a week, if that. And especially during the winter, I did not wear any makeup because that was swim team season. I was on varsity swim team all 4 years of high school. I've always competitively swam my whole life. I never wore makeup during the day because then I would just have to take it off during swim team, and then if you didn't, take it off before swim team. The foundation would get on your swim cap and inside your goggles, and it was annoying. So I didn't even put on makeup really. One thing I did use a lot in high school was powder. If I didn't wear a liquid foundation, I would just powder my whole face. I did do that, I remember. And the powder I used and was obsessed with was the L'Oreal True Match powder. This is a good powder. It is, but I no longer use it because it's not cruelty free. But this is what I used in high school. I also used the L'Oreal True Match foundation. Those were like my team combo. So for powder today, I'm gonna go with my Milani translucent light to medium. I always say translucent. Okay, it is a loose powder, so I'm taking this brush and just kind of stamping it on my eye, and then kind of swirling the brush around my lid. I'm gonna stamp it right below my eye. In high school, I did powder and set my whole face, but I'm not into that anymore. Leftover products, I kind of just stamp around where I know the foundation fades the most, which is right here. The center of my forehead, my nose, and around my mouth. That's where I just stamp like the excess powder that's already on my brush. Bronzer. I'm gonna be using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. My mom, no matter how hard she tried, could not stop me from using bronzer. She always said, "You're too light, you can't wear bronzer. You just gotta know what you're doing. You know, yeah, it can look bad if you're heavy-handed. You just gotta know what you're doing." So she was always like, "You need to wear blush, not bronzer." And I hated blush. I don't know if it's just because she wanted me to wear it, but I never wore it. So I'm going in with this. This is such a great bronzer. Such a great bronzer. So I did wear bronzer in high school also. Not a lot though, and my mom could never tell I wore it because I did it light. But I could tell. I didn't know anything about contouring, so I mean, I'm not gonna do any of that today. I didn't do this in high school, I wish I did, but I think putting bronzer down on your neck, right here, and of course right below your chin, really evens it out, because especially if you are light-skinned, just putting bronzer on your face, like when you just look at your face, it looks appealing, but then when people see all of you, it just, something looks off. I also never used to put bronzer on my nose like this on the sides. That has changed my life. I did fill in my brows a little bit. Let me see, I don't know what brand eye pencils I used to use, but they used to be just, you know how like there's kohl liners? There were brow pencils like that. They were brow pencils but weren't retractable. You had to sharpen them yourselves. And I remember getting them for like 99 cents, 89 cents, 70 cents, and of course it would be cheaper brands like NYC. I believe I had one from Wet n Wild too, but they don't sell those anymore. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. eye pencil. This is the closest of what I would have used back in the day since it was cheap, and it did its job. So I just lightly filled in my brows. I wasn't heavy. I didn't really try to reshape them or anything. I literally just filled in the shape I already had. I need a plug too, so I mean, I always needed a plug in high school too, so I guess I'm really just reliving that era of my life. First time I ever plucked my eyebrows was not me plucking them. My sister Madeline. I came home one day in 7th grade and she literally grabbed my face. She grabbed my face and grabbed some tweezers. She's like, "I'm plucking your eyebrows." I let it happen. It hurt. I think I cried, probably. But I let her do it, because this is what girls do. So I sucked it up. And then after that, I plucked my eyebrows ever since. Thank you, Madeline. I love you. I had 2 eyeshadow palettes, and that's it. The first one was a hand-me-down. I don't know if it's either from my oldest sister or my middle sister, but ooh, wow. I also used this a lot my freshman year of college. Oh. But so this side is just a mirror, which is really nice. They should come out with a palette like this again. So this side had all your brushes. I don't know where that one went. So basically there was a row of lips, eyeshadow, blush. As you can see, I trashed the lip and especially the middle eyeshadow one, because that's That's my cool tone brown, man. I love my cool tone browns. But the blush, never really used. So this is actually a Sonia Kashuk palette, which I had no idea. I don't know, I just used it. I didn't care about the brand name. I had it, so I used it. This is probably, honestly, 10 years old. So this is my first ever makeup palette, really, is this baby. Another palette I got, I think I was a junior in high school, was the Maybelline The Nudes. I actually didn't even use this that much, but of course I don't use it anymore because it is Maybelline. Sadly, Maybelline is not cruelty-free. I wish they were. I wish they were. They were seriously my favorite drugstore brand for so long. It kind of breaks my heart. So, the palette that we'll be using today is still a drugstore palette, and it is the Wet n Wild Nude Awakening palette. This still has been my go-to palette for just a super quick, easy eye look, because I procrastinate when I get ready for work, and it's just here. It has the basic colors I want. So we're gonna use this today, because I know for a fact I would have used this in high school. You know, like these little brushes that came with the eye palettes? This was in the Maybelline one, and that's what I used because I didn't have any brushes. I didn't have any brushes, none. I would just use that. I'm going to use that first lightest transition shade on a fluffy crease brush. And honestly, I would use this shadow and then highlight my inner corner and brow bone. That's really all I would do in high school. If I wanted to be a little extra, I'd use a little darker shade and go like right in the outer corner. I thought it was a genius. Winged liner, not a thing for me. It's still barely a thing for me. I do remember putting eyeshadow down here, but I didn't do it like in the same swoop like I do now. I think I did the whole top lid first, and then at like the very last minute before mascara, I'm like, oh, I should put some on my lower lash line. So in high school, I mean, for me, there wasn't a rule about makeup, and honestly, if there is a rule about makeup, I think that's the stupidest rule. I'm just gonna say that now. No one can dictate how you express yourself. I just think that was the most bogus rule, but I know it was a rule supposedly in middle school for me. I can't remember if it was no makeup or no heavy makeup, but I mean, I didn't really wear makeup in middle school anyways. I wore like maybe mascara and eyeliner. Let's relive our days of this little brush. Okay, so I'm gonna take the little highlighter side because I made sure to stick with one side for highlight and the other side for the darker shadows. And take that little brush and I'm gonna go in with the lightest shimmer shade. I mean, hey, these brushes work, man, you know? I mean, look at that. Heck yeah. Aww. Nostalgia. I want a little bit more highlight though, so I tried with that palette, but I want more, so of course I'm going in with my Flower Beauty. Like, whoa, look how much more intense that is. Where were you in my life 5 years ago? For eyeliner, like I said, wings were not a thing. Not a thing for me, not even a little bit. Eyeliner I used was the e.l.f. It doesn't even say it on here. But I know this is the e.l.f. Liquid eyeliner in black, and it's like the little brush tip. So I would just really create a line on my lash line. And I would just do the thinnest stripe, honestly. For mascara, I always use a Maybelline, I think it's Colossal mascara. It's that yellow tube with like the purple rim. That was my mascara. Oh, that was my mascara. I went through 5 or 6 tubes easy of that stuff. It was so good. My new love is this Essence I Love Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. The only downside of this is that it does kind of flake on me throughout the day. I just kind of gotta throughout the day to make sure there's not those black flecks everywhere. This mascara is so good. I didn't really know about highlight either, except for my brow bone and inner corner, but if you want, of course you can put some on your cheekbones. I hate these brushes with a passion. They're so flimsy. I hate fan brushes, but let's just use it to see if it even does anything. A little bit. A little bit. Okay, it's not horrible. I hate fan brushes. I do. They're kind of maybe useful is if you don't want a lot of product. It's a super intense highlight and you don't want a lot of product. Then I'll use a fan highlighter, but really I hate them. Alright, for lips, I usually just wear a chapstick. I wasn't that big into makeup in high school. I think I really started when I was a senior, where I started to get really intrigued and interested by it. But then in college, that's where I was really like, this is my thing. I'm gonna use my favorite chapstick. It's called Ecolips MONGO Kiss. It has MONGO oil in it, and you kind of feel the oil on your lips, but it lasts. This is such a good chapstick. It lasts a long time on you, and it looks like a gloss on your lips because of the oil in it. I use this over regular color tinted chapstick. I always put this on over it. I even put this on over a matte lipstick if I like that shade, but I want some chapstick over it. I go in with this. The only place that I think sells it is a store called The Whole Weedery in my hometown. So if you're from Lancaster, California, or near Palmdale, go visit The Whole Weedery or see if you can get it online. It is seriously so good, and of course it doesn't cost a fortune. It's so good. Let me see, did I have a setting spray in high school? No, I don't think so. I think I got the NYX matte finish when I was in college, but I don't want to be matte, so I'm not going to spray it on my face. But if I was going to spray my face right now, I would use my beloved Mario Badescu aloe spray. This is the best spray. It's so good. I can't say enough good things about this. Alright, this is my back to school look for you. It's super simple. It just really enhances your natural beauty. You're not putting on too much, so you're not going to get in trouble if you have a rule that says no heavy makeup at your school. This was considered my full-on glam in high school. I didn't really do much more than this. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I know it's a little late and some of you are already into school. Better late than never. That's what I always told myself walking into my first period. Yeah. Alright, I will see you guys in my next video. Please do not forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah! Bye-bye. Okay, now bye.